another.
Yes. All right, so let's officially open the meeting for the Facein Select Board for Thursday, March 13th at 6 p.m. at the Robert Vassar Town Hall. First item to deal with here is the approve the Select Board meeting minutes of February 25th, 2025. You have a chance to read those?
I did,
All good?
all good,
All right, can we vote?
sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, unanimous.
Who seconded?
Chuck made a motion, I seconded.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Eve, it's a good thing, Eve, we have you here for all the details.
Much better.
Exactly, you have to keep us honest.
You know, for the last several meetings, Mike moved every time and you seconded
Yeah,
every time.
It's a seniority thing we talked about.
So, okay. It's been like that for months.
Okay, the next item is to approve the town meeting minutes of March 4th, 2025. Have a chance to.
I
look at
have.
those?
Nice
And-
job, you did great.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes,
I'll second it.
so we're all in favor.
Aye.
I will sign those. Kind of a good refresher to go through that and review everything that happened during the meeting.
Mhm.
Guys did a great job of putting that together. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a
It was
long
good
one.
meeting. It was a good meeting. I thought.
Yeah, but I mean, it's long to take all the
Yeah.
notes and all, so thank you for that. Okay, any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I don't have any. Anybody else?
Seeing none, no public comments because there are no people from the public here. All right, so next item, Josh, road foreman update. You're on.
Yeah, been keeping an eye on the roads, making sure ruts aren't getting too out of control, and when we get the chance, we fill them in when we can. Got a new York rake delivered this morning, so when we're out chasing mud with the grader, we can also do it with one of the trucks. Try to expedite the process a little bit. Other than that, we've been doing some spring cleaning, organizing, getting things put away. Gonna be taking the wing off the grader, because I'm hoping we're done with that. And, yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing.
You had enough snow to keep you busy, and
Yeah, up until recently.
yeah, I know, what a change, huh? So roads aren't too bad yet, you were saying.
No, they're holding together pretty good right now. I
Yeah.
mean, there's
Yeah,
some potholes here and there, North Basin Road. You know, we put a little bit of gravel on, tried to fill in some of the holes, but until we can actually grade the road and get those cut out,
yeah.
they're good, it's gonna be rough.
I keep saying, oh, it's not gonna be that bad, but it always is.
You know, in the early mornings,
What?
like when the log trucks are finishing up on their landings and trying to get in while the road still froze, any of the ruts there, they usually drive right on and squishes them down, so it actually helps us out on that.
It's gonna be some
Yeah.
warm nights here coming up. That'll be the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be probably their cutoff on
Yeah.
Holland. We don't post our roads, but
right.
they respect us enough not to
So,
damage them.
Yeah, they come in Big Basin way early in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're gone before the
Yep,
sun comes up.
yeah, they communicate really well,
Yeah,
so.
they always have.
Yeah, that's good. And rain coming this weekend, right? So you feel pretty comfortable, everything. I know you guys were cleaning out the
Yeah,
ditches and.
everything's flowing now.
Yeah.
If we would have had a frozen culvert, we would have had it by now. So
Good.
everything's open and
The Bragg
flowing.
Hill ditches are good by your place.
Yeah, we plugged that for a minute, but we got it open.
Yeah, I see that. Hey, so are they still logging on Tucker Hill?
No,
Okay.
no, they were
Right.
done that.
Because those are new people that might not be so
Yeah, they're out of New Hampshire.
friendly as the guys in Big Basin, which do it a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, no, they were
Okay,
just as respectful, you know. We stand between them and them making money, so
yeah,
they treat us good and then we take care of them, so.
Good. Good, okay. And I see that Sarah has been trying to recoup the expenses that you had when the vice president was here. So folks back home know that as well, that I don't know how successful we'll be in trying to recover the money, but Josh had a lot of overtime. We delivered material there up on,
I'm guessing they should.
what's that?
I'm guessing they should. It's unusual.
I would think so.
Unusual
I haven't heard
request.
anything more from.
I mean, all they said is that we should have told them before, but. Jared came
Yeah,
back and
that's a
said,
good
well, we
excuse,
didn't
right?
know that.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody's ever come back to them and said, could you pay for all the stuff that you
Right.
asked us to do for you? So
I thought it was fair.
I think so.
And then they gave us a contact of.
And it was very.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very short notice.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, because it was a switched plan.
They-
Well, they were already setting up Wednesday morning when I was told.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had 20 cars up there
Yeah.
at that point.
But that's still pretty short notice for you and for the town to
Well,
respond to.
Yeah, I mean, they're all summer tires,
Yeah.
whether they're all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, it was all summer tires and. They're used to bare roads
Yeah.
anytime they go
That's what I
anywhere.
mean. I think they asked for. I think we were helpful. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
What was that, $3,900, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I
Is
think-
3,900 including the overtime or?
Including with material.
Material,
overtime.
everything.
Oh,
I
I
think
can tell you-
that's,
I can tell
that's
you.
what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't just the Secret Service that called, Vermont State Police called me for the roads too up there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
even when the Secret Service told me I was all set for the night. Then VSP would call me and tell me I had to go do the roads.
Guess what?
So you can try to bill them, VSP.
Well, I don't know. Let's see how Sarah does with, with this one. You looking that one up, Ron?
Yes, I have it.
Hey, Mike,
Hey.
did you just fly in from British Columbia? What's going on here?
So that invoice E was for 310198.
So we'll see how that goes. Sarah's pursuing it. This is the time and material that we put in for the vice president's visit. See if we get reimbursed for that. Okay,
Otherwise, you let them slide off the road.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Well, they get stuck in the neighbor's dooryard, and this is, fair to say that the Secret Service and the state police tried to help the protesters out of the ditch, shovel them out, but they couldn't, so they had to call a tow truck.
I pulled them out
Did
anyway,
you?
a few of the Secret Service, yeah.
No, I'm talking about a protester
Yeah.
in someone's driveway,
Mm.
a neighbor's driveway, which I thought was like. nice.
yeah, what's that to?
It was pretty tight up there with a dump truck.
Yeah. All right,
Okay, anything else?
I'm good, I'm good.
Josh,
Just wanted to
anything?
throw that
No?
in.
No, we're gonna, actually, one more thing, we're
Yeah,
gonna
go
be
ahead.
doing some coal patching on German Flats Road starting tomorrow.
Okay,
And that'll probably carry on into the following week as well. A little bit, some of the holes that we can patch, I understand, by the school and. On Mount Ellen Road, there's nothing I can do with that, with coal patch, that'll have to be paved, but.
Did we get something out yet for Mount Ellen Road? Weren't we gonna put that up for paving?
That section from the school.
Yeah, basically from the school up Mount Ellen,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's,
all just.
it's really bad.
Yeah,
The one
I
on
thought- I
Mount
thought we
Ellen.
talked about
Didn't you
getting
get a
our.
quote about that?
I don't recall. Yeah, we did.
I feel like Josh did,
I
yeah.
feel like we did too.
Yeah.
Because we talked about German Flats in its entirety was going to be too much to bite off without another
Right.
decent
Yeah.
grant.
yeah,
And that at least we should probably take care of from the school around the corner.
yeah,
And is that something we're gonna put out to bid?
Yeah,
I think we have to.
Yeah.
This time around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Cause that's, everything else pretty much I can. Fix with cold patch, especially this new stuff I just got the shipment in. They warranty it for 3 years. And they did it for Waitsfield in one of their potholes and it's still there, so I have high hopes for it. It's a little bit more expensive, I got a pallet of it. It was like $1,900, but we're gonna give it a shot and. Hope it holds,
Yeah.
cause the other stuff
Just blows up.
just blows right out.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good, and you'll follow up then on that section, German Flats up Mount Ellen Road.
Yeah, I think we should just go from. Right by the school. Right up to our town line.
oh,
Or right up to where we end plowing,
Yeah. and
By
then-
Barton
and-
Road.
and there,
oh, you mean
it's
turn
both
right
sides.
and go, yeah,
yeah,
okay,
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
makes
don't know
sense.
where that is, where does that, the town road ends where?
Just past Barton Road.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Okay,
we'll get some pricing on that.
all right, good, good, thank you, Josh.
Yep.
All right,
I have one
Yep,
question,
yep.
actually, we're working on a list of summer projects,
Yeah,
okay?
I keep giving him more and
Right,
more
and-
lists
yeah.
of things we need to
And
do.
'cause I think it would be important to know what those projects are, and the duration and. Kind of
yeah,
get a handle
we
on
got awarded a grant. That Stuart and Patty must have applied for. So I gotta figure out where we're gonna be doing that,
what's the grant for?
stone lining,
All right,
so. I gotta figure that out, and that has to be done before September 1st.
just like the last one, really,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And now, we're getting pretty caught up on most of it, right? Not really.
I mean, everything at this point, even the stuff we have stone lined already needs to be ditched.
Redone, yeah.
I don't think on the gravel roads, I don't think we're ever gonna get ahead. I mean, maybe if we have winters like we had this year where you're not plowing so much gravel off the road when it's
Yeah,
soft. That definitely helps. This winter was a great winter,
Yeah,
you know, and we'll see how it reflects mud season. But hopefully not too bad.
but has anybody come up with something like,
Power wash it.
To repurpose that stone, you need some sort of wash plant.
yeah,
Because,
then you're screwed, then you're like,
yeah, they never allow it. I don't know where you could do something
Make a
like
good,
that.
make a good road base. No,
it's not so big,
it's so big.
It's gonna hold a lot of water
yeah.
Yeah, and we bought that blower for that reason, or one,
to try to get some
To
of
try
the
to get
leaves
some of
out,
the
but
leaves
as
out, yeah.
soon as there's dirt on the leaves,
They're too heavy.
you can't move them. I mean, you gotta dig them off.
Yeah,
And it's not an easy task to
Yeah,
do,
that's
just
an
to try to,
endless-
you dig into that stone and. You kind of try to shake it around a little bit, dig out a spot at the bottom and then you shake it around and then all of a sudden you have like 8 inches of water flowing down your ditch. It just holds a lot of water and debris
A lot of
and,
voids, yeah.
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. So there's really no good solution for that than to reuse it.
I mean.
Recycle.
Unfortunately, you dig what you can out
Fabric.
and then. You're basically dumping it over a bank somewhere, getting rid of it and then putting new stuff in and it's not cheap to do.
Hmm.
You know, we have to haul it out of
So
South Barry
how often would you say that has to be done?
to dig it out and redo it.
6 years.
I was thinking, yeah, 6 or 7 years. But it depends on how much covers over the ditch and how much you can dig off the top of the stone. I mean, you're gonna get some of the fines down in the stone that's helping it fail.
Mhm.
If you crush it, what do you get?
I don't know, we haven't thought of crushing it.
Just curious.
You could probably crush it into a plant mix, Like,
I'm just curious, most crushing is something,
stay mat.
I don't
Yeah,
know what,
Hmm.
or even if it's worth it, but sure, beats dumping it over the bank.
It's hard to separate it though, when you're digging it out, you're digging out a bunch of junk
Right,
and that you don't wanna run through a crusher, so. You'd still need to screen it off somehow.
yeah, no, I just think about the waste of money.
Oh, it's-
It's time and money.
astronomical.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I prefer to ditch and hydroseed to prevent the erosion, but they want stone in above a certain grade and,
And all our roads are about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost like you need an explanation for it.
On paved roads, I agree with it. You're not getting all that
Well, you're not getting the
material.
You
ground.
get salt, right?
Mm,
Is-
yeah.
you get whatever. you
A
get.
very small amount of sand, you know, I try to sand some of the storms instead of wasting salt, obviously, but. Blacktop roads are much cleaner in the ditch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we should try to, do we have any blacktop roads that we could use that for this year in this grant?
I think the paved section of number 9 could use it. That's
Right.
steep and that all needs to be ditched and that goes right down to the Millbrook.
Keep it longer.
hmm. Another state mandate that isn't cheap,
It does- I know, and it just,
crazy.
It's not bad when you have a fleet of trucks hauling that stuff, but when you have just a couple trucks hauling it and you're ditching it and hauling stone, it. A small section takes a long time to do.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're looking at 6, 7 years later, you're replacing it all. you
Right.
know, It's like,
yeah,
And you're still driving by rivers.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know,
the exact rock that would be in there.
Exactly.
Oh.
I mean, we had
Stop.
roads stone lined when we lost them. And that stone just right down the hill,
Blew out.
into the culverts, plugged culverts, took culverts out, took the road out. I mean,
and ended up in the
Yeah, that's
in
not gets
the
wrong.
forest.
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean. Not much stops that amount of water.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
No problem.
For all that good news. Okay, next item on the agenda is relating to the town officials, and Maddie had given us the list of officials, highlighting the ones that need to be dealt with, so. You know, I'm trying to think if it would be expeditious, some of these, if we could vote on them. All in one batch, let's say,
I looked back at last year's minutes and you guys did.
we did that same
Mhm.
thing, okay,
We did.
and so maybe if.
And then like, I think Eve just did a list of everybody,
Yeah,
but you guys just did a blanket.
okay, so, I mean, if there's no objection, we'll try to do that again, at least. Select board assistant, zoning administrator, first constable, animal control officer.
I don't even know if those really are,
Are these the same ones that are on the website now?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because it doesn't, there's one missing that's on here that's not on the website.
Oh, okay.
Planning commission, Langford Davidson,
On the website, it's not,
it's not on, I didn't see it on the website today.
okay. It's on this, so yes, he's here, but maybe it's not updated on the website. I will totally look.
which one is that?
And I heard
Langford.
that's really hard to do.
Yeah, I
Very
heard that too.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're
But
gonna,
I think he's been on there for 9 months.
Who's that?
Langford
Langford.
Davidson.
Oh, okay, oh, that's right, I didn't even know, okay,
he's here on this list.
he's
but-
on this list, yeah. All right, so do you want to do that, for like select board assistant, Matty Vassar, zoning administrator Jason Wilson, first constable Kevin Van Schweik, animal control officer Jeremiah Rutledge, tree warden Martha Fasalka. You good, Eve? Oh, you
Yeah,
got the
I have
list?
everything.
Okay,
But what about Josh? Are we
Yeah.
skipping?
yeah, Josh, yes. Should be on that
in
list
that
as well.
batch? Okay,
I don't think we have a candidate for service officer. We did have, one at one time, a health officer, Jason Wilson. Energy coordinator, which is currently vacant, and we have someone who may be interested, so I can talk about that one afterwards. Emergency management, Kirsten Andrea, and a legal consultant, Lindsay Browning. And fire warden, Dan Beatty. So if we wanted to vote on those as a batch, if we want to call it that, if that's good with you. They're all folks that are coming back and need to be appointed by us officially, so. If that's okay, I'll make a motion that we nominate the folks that I just mentioned for their appropriate positions.
Second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Okay. Thank you for that. So energy coordinator, I'll just mention, not that we have to decide tonight, but. And maybe we don't want to decide tonight, but Brad Cook approached me after town meeting. And said he may be interested in doing that. So, and the only reason I say maybe to wait is maybe we should call him in. And talk to him about what he could do for us. Before we make a decision on. Like doing that, I'd love to have an energy coordinator, and I know that's his gig, I mean, he's. So maybe Maddie,
Can you reach out to him?
yeah, maybe for our
I
next
can-
meeting, if he's interested, I didn't bring his card with me, but I do have his number if you need it.
Okay, yeah, if you could send it over to me.
Okay, yeah. I think that'd be good, so we'll see what he has to say.
I'd be good for that.
Yeah, yeah, perfect, yes. Okay, so now moving along, I guess the rest of them we should do individually. Michael Dool's term on the planning commission. Is up this year, and I've been corresponding with Paul Quinlan, the chair, and Michael is still interested. Pete Ludlow. Has not been attending meetings, and I know that's difficult as an alternate on the planning commission. So he's really not sure if Pete is interested or not, but he has not attended a meeting this year, so I'm guessing that he's not. So if it's your pleasure, we could nominate Michael Dool to come back on the planning commission, and I asked Paul, you know, if he would check with Peter, or if there's anybody else he could think of that may be interested in being an alternate. Yeah. So I guess the proposal would be to re-nominate Michael Dool as planning commission. If that's good with everybody?
Yeah.
I think it's unanimous.
Second.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's all in favor? I think Mike
Aye.
made the motion.
I thought you made the motion. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm typing, so I'm not. Okay.
Okay, I also sent Dan Young a message. I hadn't heard back, but I haven't heard anything about Kai Koich, Mike Quinville, or Nick Swear.
Ethan said yes, that everyone, or that Kai and Michael were coming back.
Okay. Okay. And we don't know about Nicholas?
Yeah, I don't know about.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
That, I don't think Nicholas, oh, I know there is one open alternate position, so if that's the only alternate position, then that one is.
For the
open.
development review
For the
board?
DRB.
Yeah. So I don't know about Nick then. You want to nominate Mike and Kai?
Yeah.
For the DRB, and then we'll leave that alternate open?
Mhm.
I'll second it.
Okay, I guess I made the motion.
Yeah.
And it sounds like everybody's in favor. Okay, I did hear back from the Conservation Commission. Andrea did get back to me. Patty Paisley, as I think we all knew, was not interested in returning again this year. So that creates a vacancy for them, but Woody Dugan and Pete Colgan are both interested in continuing. So I make a motion that we nominate Woody and Pete to continue on the Conservation Commission.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Planning District, you and I, Mike, I'll be the regular person and you be the alternate. That work?
That does.
Okay, all right. Then the next one is Patty Paisley is
Did you
agreeing up
guys
there.
actually vote on that? Maybe
Since it
Rob should make the
involves,
motion.
well, I guess we could vote on it. I mean, it involves the two of us. So I'll make a motion that we continue there.
Aye.
I'll second it.
Okay.
So, yeah, because honestly, that's just a volunteer spot to attend as a representative, right?
Yes, yeah. Yeah,
And I wouldn't vote against you.
because you know what that means.
I do.
Okay, Patty Paisley is interested in continuing on as a green
Okay.
update coordinator, so I'll make a motion that we accept her. Give a second.
Second.
All right, Mike, all in favor? Aye.
We'll rotate.
Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission, I haven't heard back about Andrew continuing, but I haven't heard that he would not, so.
He's
I think he likes
interested in
it.
staying on the planning commission, I know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd make a motion that we nominate Andrew McNeilis as the Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission representative. And I see Ron is seconding and all in favor.
Yeah.
Campbell Sump State Forest, Doug Wilson, and he's been doing that for years, so I think he will continue. So I'll make that motion.
Second that.
Make second, all in favor? Okay. Mike, Mad River Resource Management Alliance.
Which run?
Well, I got a question about this responsibility.
Yeah,
Were there any meetings to attend last year? I didn't get, I would.
There have been 3 meetings this year. They're supposed to be once a month. Most of them were canceled last year.
Did you attend any
Only on Zoom.
Zoom? So
I've
I'm just
attended
curious
2.
because, just don't know how it works.
yeah, so like Mike is saying, when I was there, he was holding monthly meetings, but occasionally we'd skip a meeting, and discuss what's going on in the valley with regard to,
Supposed to clean up day.
yeah. Most of the time is spent preparing for the 2 collection days that take place during the year. Sometime April, May and October or something like
Yeah.
that.
October is one of them, yeah.
Yeah, so getting ready for that kind of stuff. If there's anything happening in between, any issues that are coming up with, collecting recyclables and that kind of thing.
And I'm cool and happy to help out, take over, but I don't get any emails from them, that's why I asked.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'll get you on the list.
Thanks.
You want to get some emails?
Well, I mean, if they're supposed to have them every month, and they don't, they have enough to do, then they just sort of change up the plan.
Yeah, it's hard because they typically have them strictly at 5 and it's really hard for me to be
Right.
Yeah.
somewhere
So
on
do
this
you-
at
I
5.
mean, would you like to reverse that?
Yeah,
Would-
let's do it, 'cause I mean, I'm in town.
Yeah.
If it's easier.
And it's been simple.
I mean,
It's
even
not-
zooming at 5 for you doesn't work.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like,
that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does have them.
unless you're skiing or something like that.
Well, at least maybe if I'm sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a call.
Didn't know you were in a different time zone.
All right, so we'll reverse that then.
Important, but I could, oh,
You will be the representative and Mike will be the alternate?
sure.
Okay.
Well, I was
Okay.
only concerned, I was like, is he calling because like my house is on fire?
No, someone broke in, it wasn't a fire.
Okay, so we're,
So who's gonna be moving?
Ron made the motion, Mike seconded, we're all in favor. And you let Ron know,
Yeah, I
like,
Well, and
the
maybe- I
contact
just
stuff.
need to- I just need to be on the email, because honestly, I haven't, I
Yeah,
saw my name on here, I don't remember volunteering last year, but I must have. And I just never got an email, you think I'd
Yeah,
get it?
yeah. Okay.
okay, thank you for doing that though, yeah, I mean, cause I know that'd be a tough thing for you at 5 o'clock, yeah.
But it's a tough time for it also, because Margot has resigned and Sugar Bush hasn't,
All right,
Margot Wade?
yeah, because she just can't do it right now.
yeah. Yeah, she was a
So,
representative,
is there a chair, like?
Yeah, John Malter,
John who?
John Malter,
Malta,
Oh,
who's the head of the
lives in Waterbury, I think.
yeah, solid waste Reliance
Okay.
district.
Yeah, and he's been doing this for years, so, as the head of the Resource Management
Where do they have
Alliance.
their meetings?
Yeah.
All Zoom?
Yeah, yeah, when we were meeting at the Waitsfield Town Office.
And you Zoom because of COVID?
Yeah.
And never
Yeah,
went
and
back.
then it's just continued.
Well, because, yeah, 'cause it's Waterbury,
It's just travel.
it's big.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
I'm in.
Okay. So that was the end of that list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we made it through there. Thank you, everybody.
One thing that should probably change in that list. My phone number,
Okay,
Oh,
1929 hasn't been my phone number in about 10 years.
perfect.
So it's 498-3828.
Is that your cell phone?
Yeah, we got rid of my landline.
You don't? We do. No, I don't. It's actually Freddie's business, that's the only thing.
okay. Ready to move right along here?
Mhm.
Next item, select board organization. So what that's all about is we need to select a chair, a vice chair, and I think that's the only two positions, right? Do we have a secretary treasurer?
Last year you called me secretary.
Okay, so we
But I
have a
don't-
secretary
But I don't
treasurer.
know what that is, because we use Eve, but I think vice chair makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, somebody that can run the meetings,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Um, make motion to have Chuck be our chair.
I thought you were volunteer.
What?
I thought you were gonna volunteer. Oh, well, you were in a volunteering mode a minute ago.
Like what? I mean, I'm starting out small. Are you interested in doing
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I will do it if,
'Cause I think you do a great job.
Yeah.
oh,
I
thank you,
agree.
thank you, yeah,
You Mike?
Right here.
okay,
That's the motion, I'll second it.
all right.
Eve's like,
All in favor, aye,
it's our first meeting.
all right, so vice chair,
So, I only defaulted to that because you weren't there,
Yeah, I think
but I
that's fine.
think that you would make a better vice chair. I'm willing to do it.
How about we
I
be like
really do.
Harwood, we
He's all over.
dual vice chairs.
And I'm willing to do it because Chuck is so steady, it doesn't really matter, but,
I'm fine.
yeah,
Yes.
that you do it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I don't really, but, I mean,
Either
I think it's probably better that way, because that made, important.
all right, that's a motion, I'll
It's
second,
emotional, yeah.
all in favor?
You're moving that Mike
Likes
is,
to be the vice chair,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. And we really don't need to vote on the secretary treasurer, or do you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
resume?
Never at law.
I just got a big job, I'm on the Madrid Valley.
Don't fill up his calendar too much.
All right,
You're gonna take over the town garage, right? Town garage? We're gonna do that.
okay, Eve, you all set with all that?
We can zoom.
Well, then you can just text.
Right.
And then we also do Google, what's that called, Google what?
Oh,
Meets there.
Meet, right?
Microsoft Teams or something?
That
the
was awesome.
Microsoft meeting, yeah, I don't,
We do.
Google must have something, right,
We
Yeah,
use Teams.
it's not a good one.
yeah.
Zoom's the way to go.
Careful, they're listening.
All right,
Well, YouTube.
we ready? Next item?
Yep.
The Vermont 250th anniversary resolution. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't sign this, but what I am complaining about is that this committee or this organization was started in 2020 to prepare for 2025 to do all the celebrations for, the Vermont history and all, and we're finding out about it
Now,
now. So, the resolution says that we support what they're gonna do for whatever historical, as a matter of fact, there's a list of stuff that went in the link you sent today of all things that are already planned by different cities and towns in Vermont, so I don't think we would do anything other than sign this and support
Right.
their efforts, so.
and then they send us stickers. She said, once we sign it.
I don't know, but you read some of that stuff and I wonder if a lot of the stuff that they're doing is actually being cut at the moment. There's a
Oh,
lot of it, like if you read into their discussions, it's all about kind of, DEI history.
Right.
oh, okay,
won
Gotcha,
battles, who won the,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I'm fine with the resolution, but
okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen with it.
Right.
Yeah,
It'd be
I don't, as a
interesting to-
town, I
Yeah,
don't think
I'm
we
fine.
have
I'm
time,
fine with it. I mean, we're
More
not probably
money.
gonna do anything.
Right.
yeah, to do.
And I
anything.
think we should not have the optional line.
Oh, that optional one?
May provide funding for planning or implementation.
Oh, well, maybe we can, it is optional, so maybe we can line it out.
Yeah.
That make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Other than that, we good with signing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion just that we sign the Vermont 250th anniversary resolution.
I'll second this.
All right,
Vote aye.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I'm just line. Do I need a rule to make it? I'll let you do that afterwards
Okay.
and then put in the date.
Yeah.
But we all have to sign it anyway, right? I think there's a lot of lines there, so I'm guessing we all have to sign.
Yeah, speaking of stuff getting cut, that USDA thing is on hold.
Oh, is
On hold?
that's official now. Oh, boy. All right, thank you, everyone.
Yes.
All right, next item, MOU for Mad River Valley Ambulance, and I think I explained what happened here, so. I had asked if the Mad River Valley Planning District wanted to organize and coordinate this thing because they represent all the towns in the valley. And Warren had already signed the MOU, but we thought, there was still time for us to get an attorney to take a look at it and make sure that everything was good to go for us to sign it. Well, in the meantime, Waitsfield signed it. So two of the three, well, two of the four towns, I don't know, more
I
towns.
didn't ever see Waitsfield signing, but
What's that?
I never saw where Waitsfield signed.
We didn't get the document, but at a meeting I was at the planning district of Brian Shoup. I asked him, I said, have you guys done anything with this thing? He said, yeah, I think we signed it. I said, oh geez, well, can you let me know for sure? Cause we didn't sign thinking the planning district was going to sign it. And he confirmed that they signed it. So I know for a fact Waitsfield and Warren have signed it already. So, I mean,
They would have, in Moortown, to make it binding, Moortown would have to sign too.
Yeah,
yes,
Is that right?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
has to sign.
but I don't know where they're at, but I think it's safe for us
Yeah.
to
oh,
sign.
is it, or is it everyone?
Or is it just people that sign? So, well, their presentation was, Moortown was like a half.
Right.
Right, because they use a lot of Waterbury and Middlesex. Is that true?
Was that
They're-
in the body of
They're,
the-
what they were asking from Moortown wasn't the same as they were asking from. Waitsfield, Based in Warren.
It's interesting, this says nothing.
I mean, the presentation, I'm pretty sure did say that.
Yeah, and I'm confused because, I think I'm getting the Mad River Rec District mixed up where Moortown was only gonna pay half.
Right, that was different.
Yeah, so it was the same here. Although I guess that doesn't matter to us how much they pay. They're on here as a signature though,
Right.
so.
Well, I thought like Moortown paid more to the ambulance than they were even asking or something like that in the presentation.
Waitsfield.
Or
was.
Waitsfield.
Waitsfield was.
Okay,
And they were gonna continue with that.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I mean,
I know that I've never
for
seen that
assisting.
they were gonna pay
yeah,
less, but they've probably been subsidizing it for years.
yeah, so I,
We got
But this MOU doesn't lay out,
monies or
Anything about
shares or
that.
anything. Like at least the.
like it just
for
says we'll
five-
collect money from the towns.
the-
right, and each year we'll figure out how much that is, right?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then we're bound by that, and at least for the fire department, we're 40-60 and we have a say in the budget.
Right,
We don't have a say in this budget, and they're pretty clear about that, that their board is only people that are members,
right,
that are on the Matter Valley ambulance. And if there were to be any representatives from the towns, they would not be able to vote. And did you hear that, Mike, when he was here?
Yeah,
That,
Yeah.
and that's, they were clear, when it was Sheila Ware and who was the other gentleman?
Mark, I think.
Oh,
maybe-
Giametti.
Yeah,
yeah,
Mark Giametti.
Yeah.
And they were clear that they may let, you know, a town representative be on their board, but they would have no voting powers.
right,
And so we don't even know, what we were asked for was $10,000 a year for 10 years.
Mhm.
That was the proposal they came with, and we're the ones who suggested, hey, maybe we need an MOU so everybody participates and makes it seven. But in that MOU, there's no division about how we contribute, which there is in the fire department, it's 60-40.
yeah, the only thing, it does capture that. Okay, so Mervis will portion the aggregate amount needed among valley towns based on population using the most recent census, and with Moortown counted at 50% of census population.
but we get to vote on that budget every year, right?
What?
There's the ambulance service budget, wouldn't they
No.
come to us and say, here's our,
Alright, but this would not allow
No,
that.
that's a private, they vote on their own budget and they ask us for money.
Yeah,
but that's, I guess what I'm saying, so we don't need to approve the money they're asking for. But they can come ask us.
But I'm saying, I think this is an open.
This is an open check.
This is an open check, there's no, like, we have a say in the fire department's budget,
Right,
right? I attended that meeting, right, Mike? And it was Christine Sullivan was there and it was me and, Tripp was there along with somebody who helps with the numbers. And so we know where those numbers are and we fund that.
well, and we help Craig with the numbers.
Right, so, but we have no, and I'm not opposed to the matter of ambulance, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but we have no say in that budget, and it's open-ended. They want 10,000 is what they were asking for 10 years. Who's to say that we sign that and then they ask for 20,000? Are we obligated?
Yes. Under this.
yeah, I don't know, take a peek.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, no, and I'm not disagreeing,
Well, I have it.
you got it,
and I've
okay.
read it, I mean.
So what are you thinking, should we have Mike come back in and?
But I don't. I don't know, I mean, I think we're obligating ourselves to something that's not even a number. We know what, yeah, I mean, the fire department, we fund 100%. Pretty much, they don't have a lot of income, right? They get donations that they keep.
Mhm.
This is a different animal,
Mhm.
sure. And we're not, the fire department, we fund on a yearly basis to keep them level funded and
Mhm.
pay their bills. This is putting money out in reserves. Right, they're putting money in reserves for fire, you know, for ambulance equipment, all kinds of, I don't know, I mean, I just don't think there's. That it's
nothing.
firm enough.
Yeah, I don't know either, and if they present us with a number that they want from us. Does that MOU, I guess the question is, does
I mean, I'd rather
MOU
sign on,
bind us?
I'd rather sign on for $10,000 a year for 10 years than an open-ended thing that goes on forever.
Yeah, although,
I,
without-
I think this has to be refined.
Because after 10 years, after they got everybody's money for 10 years, we were 10,000, I don't know if everybody was the same, I can't remember. But then they would have enough in their account where they would, probably in perpetuity, they would just keep, funded,
Mhm.
right?
Well, what if we did this? What if we sent this to our attorney? And the issue is, as I'm hearing, is we want to make sure that we're not obligated to pay whatever number that they give us for our contribution.
Right.
And maybe there's some wording that could be
And-
added to that.
And nowhere in here does it say that if everybody doesn't sign, that it's not binding. And Moortown, you know, would be probably the hardest one to sign because they have other, you know, people they use and I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have to say though, I mean, in all the other MOUs that we have are extremely more detailed. than this,
Mhm.
Right, with the rec district, with the school. committee. This is a little bit. Yeah, because basically the board will approve an operating budget and that's it.
And we don't.
We don't have any input.
We don't have any input,
Mhm.
it's an open checkbook,
Mhm.
Well,
we do have a lawyer look at it.
yeah, so that was gonna be that was the intent of having the planning district do it anyway, was we would. Remember, I think we talked about this, we figure out who a lawyer would be to represent all of us, and then have the lawyer look at that, and then we would come back and sign it. And the other towns just went ahead and signed it without having any legal input. So maybe that should be our next step, to have our attorney look at it before we sign it, and,
And this is a forever thing.
yeah,
It is.
yeah. Yeah, to the attorney, yeah, okay,
I think it's worth a look, see.
yeah. That one with you,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah, here, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, thank you, Josh,
Hey, Joe.
you too. All right, next item, the YouTube policy, which we've all had a chance to look at. And, just for the folks back home, I guess I'll read. The purpose is to establish guidelines for the recording and posting of meetings held by public bodies within the town of Facein. In compliance with Vermont's open meeting law. The policy ensures transparency and accessibility of local government proceedings. And it applies to both advisory and decision-making bodies. The scope, this policy applies to all public bodies in the town of Facein, including advisory bodies and decision-making bodies. These bodies are defined as follow. Advisory body means a public body that does not have supervision, control, or jurisdiction over legislative, quasi-judicial, tax, or budgetary matters. And a decision-making body is one that does have supervision, control, or jurisdiction over legislative, quasi-judicial, tax, or budgetary matters. Although Vermont statute states that all decision-making bodies are required to publish a recording for 30 days after the meeting minutes have been approved, the Facein Select Board is requiring that all public bodies, whether advisory or non-advisory, record meetings on the Facein Zoom account. A town employee will post the meeting to the Facein YouTube channel. Town of Facein will utilize YouTube as the primary platform for posting recordings of meetings. This platform will be linked on the town's official website to ensure accessibility by the public.
Now, do we run into issues with that, with like the Board of Abatement? We'd
So,
have to televise this.
right,
Mhm.
so I looked into that and like technically right now they're all on YouTube through Mad River TV. So
But we don't record them, do we?
now we do, or wait a minute,
Well, but we do only record the discussion, not the
right,
decision making.
Yes.
Yeah.
Executive.
when
Yeah.
it goes into,
Yeah.
executive session or.
And it's a public meeting,
So,
Yeah,
So-
fine.
yeah,
yeah, and then the rest of it's executive kind of, right? Just
Right.
like,
yes,
so.
yep,
yeah.
yeah,
Which, right, like we wouldn't record when we're an executive or.
yes,
If
yeah,
other boards, you
yeah,
know, as long as it's on their agenda and.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, that's probably the most sensitive one, but,
I already know there's gonna be
but it
backlash
is
on
public,
it, but
but it is public, right?
just be fair. It's coming our way.
Everybody needs.
what's that, Ron?
But it is public.
Right.
Yeah.
Board of Abatement, so it's not like we're doing anything wrong, I
I
think
mean,
we're
the
No.
minutes and everything are posted on
probably
the
doing
website.
the right thing,
Yeah, I think so, right,
I do.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
transparency,
everything's the same.
Everybody's treated equally.
yes, yeah, so if you're on any board that has post public meetings, it'll be recorded,
I think so.
okay. I'll make a motion to accept the policy as read, Mike, second, all in favor?
Right.
All right, I think we all have to sign it, so I will pass this around. Coming your way. Oh, and we have a stack of excess weight permits. I'll read them off to you and then start signing, so, because we need to spend a few minutes in executive session, so.
Yeah.
Just bear with me while we get all this signed.
I have a quick other business while you're signing those.
Yeah,
I got an email from, who's the new fire chief? Jared
Young.
Young. Did everybody else get an email?
No.
So his email. Said that he sent me an email, but he must not have the right one. He sent it to me, and I noticed it didn't go to you, Mike, or you, Chuck, or to the select board of face. And was just curious if you had gotten, and that's what I was calling you about. I didn't need to wake you up. But, just curious, and he was just introducing himself. So, and then he told me he sent, they're looking at a fire engine, and that's why I bring this up, because he's bringing up a new fire engine that's gonna be 2 years down the road.
Yeah.
And I know we have reserves for it. It's when he informed me that Christine Sullivan sorry, wasn't gonna be the chair anymore.
right.
And I think Brian Shoup is the new chair. But anyway, so I was curious if anybody got this. Cause it came to this me. I'll forward it to you guys
Okay,
and then forward to Maddie. You can keep it in the.
Yeah, 'cause I reached out to Craig about updating the Excel budget table that we made for them a couple of years back. And, I assumed that they were, and they're not, so we really should look at that again soon, so we make sure that the reserves are.
Well, that's what it was in there, and they're already drawing up the plans for it, and expect to have it in 2 years, so.
Yeah, so we need to look at that.
Okay, so forward that.
all right, already.
You could kill some time while he's telling you.
So you guys could look at that one.
Oh, yes. You know, protocol, Mike.
Oh, there you go, thank
It
you,
goes to
thank you.
Mike first, and
Yeah, get that moving along.
seniority.
He's the vice chair.
Yes.
Oh, so all along I was signing it too early.
Oh, that's right. Oh, dear.
Oh, God. Do you, Eve, do you have the list?
Yes.
Oh, you do,
Thank
okay,
you.
so I'll just
That's really
review the list here so that everybody back home and people watching will know what we just signed, but it's excess weight permits.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And they are for CP site construction, HB logging / HB trucking LLC, John G. French and Sons Trucking, K. Bellavance Landworks and Hauling, Livingston Farm Landscape Products LLC, Mountains Edge Excavation, N.A. Minash Inc., Pike Industries Inc., R.K. Miles Inc., Richmond Home Supply, Savitry / Vermont Arborists, SD Ireland, Structural Wood Corp., and Wind River Environmental. And those were all the excess weight permits that we just signed. We moved on to reading the mail, signing the warrant.
Yeah, we did the other business while you were signing.
Thank you.
Well,
Well, I was off on my own. Doing whatever.
oh, Maddie, I didn't send it to you. I just sent you guys the email.
But man, maybe we can have a little bit of discussion while we're all signing this stuff too. So I just noticed the dates of interest. You're gonna be out of the office 17th to 21st.
Next week, I'm not
Do
here.
we have coverage?
No, the office is closed. I tried to get Patty to come in.
Yeah,
She can't.
okay,
So I'm gonna have email
yep,
and I'm gonna put a, email blast out tomorrow about them working on German flags and that the office will be closed on Thursday and Friday of next week.
okay,
Oh, cause Sarah will be here, right?
Sarah will be here.
yeah,
Um, And
Okay.
Jason asked me to do that, just like by appointment for zoning on that day, so.
so you'll send out something on the broadcast list
Yeah.
and, okay,
But I'm gonna have email, so if anything crazy happens.
okay. That Blue Cross payment, is that for a period of time? That's
A month?
I don't know.
That's
What do
probably
you-
month.
in here,
Sure, it is the same.
1,900.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's just the billing period for March.
Mhm.
Is it for a month, Chuck?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, 10,989. So. We do spend a lot of money on our benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
for
of course.
Finding that.
Oh. Never mind, Maddie. What were you gonna get for me? I'll remember.
Okay.
He'll come back.
Forgot, yeah. 2 o'clock this morning. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, yeah,
I should email Maddie.
yeah. I wonder if she's still awake.
No.
Yeah,
Maple syrup, yep, I'll be awake.
yeah. Well, maybe if you call Friday night or Saturday morning, and see the eclipse. Call around 3 o'clock or so. Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm not encouraging it.
All away.
All right, so we've gone through the regular agenda. Do I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters?
Yes, I will second that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. All right. We'll